Barry Manilow, Olivia Dean, J. Cole, just some big name artists coming to CFG Bank Arena this year, highlighting the push to bring major acts to Baltimore City. And that's just a small piece of the bigger plan to make Baltimore a true destination. Hi everyone, I'm Jason Newton. Welcome to 11 TV Hill. According to Visit Baltimore, last year, more than 28 million people visited Charm City. That's a 6.3% increase from 2019. Now, those visitors, by the way, generated more than $4 billion for the city's economy. That's a 32.6% jump from 2019. The tourism industry employs more than 123,000 employees in the Baltimore region. That's because of events like AFRAM, Artscape, and CIAA basketball tournament draw in more people each and every year. And join me right now to talk about the efforts of making Baltimore an even bigger destination is the president, CEO of Visit Baltimore, Kareem Swinton. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Thank you very much for having me, Jason.
I heard you say off the air just now, Baltimore is a vibe right now.
Baltimore is a vibe right now. Man, most people really don't know that until they come and actually visit here. That's why we always say you won't know until you get here.
Right.
So it's really important that we get people here. We show them all the activities and things going on and how active we are this summer. Festival season, America's 250, all those things. They come in and enjoy yourself and just have a good time. And you know, you can't beat our culture, man.
Right.
We're unmatched.
We had a perception issue, I think, for a while, and I think that we're turning that around.
Absolutely.
How difficult is it for a tourism board to get that momentum going outside of our border?
Well, I think honestly, with the support that we have from the mayor and his administration, Governor Moore, along with the active initiatives that they have going on in the city, it just makes things a lot easier for us when we're going out and having these conversations to try to get people here. But honestly, for us, man, we have such a good time trying to show people what we have to offer. You know, I always tell people when they come in, I'm like, all right, you're going to come, you're going to enjoy yourself, and I'm going to show you all these different things in the city. And then when you leave, I'm going to tell you I told you so.
Yeah.
So that's really important to me. I continue to do that because, you know, for us, our mission is really to improve the quality of life for the residents.
Sure.
Right? So bringing in more visitors, them seeing how beautiful Baltimore is inside and out, how prideful we are about what we do and how we want to make sure that you have a warm, welcome environment is what's really in it for us.
We mentioned those concerts, and CFG has done a great job. How important is it to have those people come back, repeat visitors, repeat customers who came for the concerts, like, you know what, maybe we come back in the summertime?
It's hugely important. I mean, it all starts with a visit. In order for us to get people to come here and work, live later on in the future, we want you to come and enjoy yourself the first time, but we really want to have more ambassadors. Ones that go out, which is why I told you, Jason, I tell you I told you so, because when they walk away and they go and talk to family and friends and other people that are abroad that may not know about Baltimore, now you have a family or a friend or someone close to you telling you all the great things. It's a lot easier for us as Visit Baltimore when we try to go out and get other conventions and other leisure travelers into the city.
What has impressed you so far with ambassadors, whether it's businesses or restaurants, whoever pours into Visit Baltimore to help you with this vision?
Honestly, everyone here in Baltimore knows that it's a great place. Everyone, I think many people have felt like in the past, sometimes we've gotten a bad rap, you know, about that, but they're so prideful and so happy with everything and the way it's going right now. You know, for us, it's really about trying to make sure that we tap into the people that are here, making sure we make it about them. That's where our passion lies. So in order to help those small businesses that are here, those people who are homegrown that want to continue to support and be a big part of what Baltimore's success is going through in this renaissance, we want to make sure that we do well for them.
Tell me about the playbook looking forward. When you see this 5 years from now, how do we get to those 5 years? What do you expect to see as far as tourism?
Well, I think we're going to continue to grow. I think if you even follow anything on social media, anything right now, you see, as I said earlier, we are a vibe. Most people are looking for a warm, welcome destination where people want to treat them well. Service is good, food is good, arts and culture. Like, there's nothing here that we don't have for anyone. Over 250 neighborhoods. You can find something for yourself to do. Right? Right? And then to go away from that and build up, when you look at the next 5 years with almost $7 billion in reinvestment in the city, we are very serious about trying to take us into the next chapter of being greatness in Baltimore. But we want to be that destination on the East Coast, man. And people are like, you can't miss this. You have to go there.
And the city's postcard is getting a whole facelift now. Rash Field will have a new look. The Inner Harbor will have a new look. So 5-10 years from now, you may not recognize
this. Unbelievable. When you look at Warner Street District, you look at Harbor Point and the renovations and all the investment that's gone on there. everything by the ballparks and how we're upgrading the stadiums.
Yeah.
I mean, it couldn't be a better time to actually be here. And then during this time, we would tell you pardon our dust, right?
Yeah,
because
right,
we have a
right.
little work to do. But we're not shut down. We have so much activity going on. All the festivals and concerts are huge. Like 1 in every 10 people that come to visit Baltimore are coming in for one of those festivals and concerts.
Sure.
CFG Arena, Baltimore by Baltimore, Wine Festival, America's 250, Pier 6 Pavilion is going to open again. I mean, we are really on the cusp of something great here, and we already feel like we have the bones, and the soul of the city won't change. It's all about what we continue to do, move forward, and show and present people who are not already in the city.
Count me in as an ambassador. I'm here for it.
All right, thank you
Good to
very
see you,
much,
brother.
Jason.
Thanks for coming by. Yep.